Vice Rights.
Yes.
This is Erica Louise Jackson. She's here on two files, 2012578 and 2012579. She's represented by Mr. Prysock, and both these cases are set for pretrial conferences. And the court has been advised that this is going to be a plea. And Ms. Jackson, could you raise your right hand, please? You solemnly swear, oath, or affirm that the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes, sir.
You can put your hand down. And Mr. State, would you put the plea agreement on the record, please?
On 2012578FH, the defendant will enter a guilty plea to count 1 with the double drug enhancement. The people will move to dismiss count 2 and count 3. Guidelines are 0 to 17 months when doubled to 0 to 34 months. The people would cap at 20 months. In exchange for that plea, the people will dismiss 2012579FH.
And Mr. Prysock, has the prosecutor accurately stated the plea agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Jackson, is that the agreement as you understand it?
Yes, it is.
All right, so the charge that you're going to be entering a plea to reads as follows: that on or about October 24th, 2020, that you were in Bridgeton Township, Nuevo County, state of Michigan, and that you did knowingly or intentionally possess less than 25 grams of a mixture containing the controlled substance. I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. She's pleading in, she's pleading in 78, dismissing 79.
Correct.
All right.
That's reverse one.
Yeah, I got it. All right, so that you did knowingly or intentionally possess less than 25 grams of a mixture containing the controlled substance heroin. That is a felony which carries up to 4 years in prison and or a $25,000 fine plus cost, and unless sentenced to more than 1 year in prison, the court shall impose license sanctions. Do you understand count 1 and the maximum penalty?
Yes.
This would also include a plea to the second or subsequent offense notice that says that although the people are not required to notify the court or the defendant of prior convictions that may result in an enhanced sentence, they are voluntarily informing the court that according to the current information that you were previously convicted of violating possession of cocaine, heroin, or another narcotic less than 25 grams, contrary to MCL 333-74032A5, on or about October 24th, 2017. And therefore, upon conviction, you may be subject to an enhanced sentence. And this, the court would have the discretion to increase your maximum penalty from 4 years to 8 years. And I would also have the discretion to double your advisory guidelines from 0 to 17 to 0 to 34 months. Do you understand how the double drug enhancement could affect your maximum penalty and your advisory guidelines?
Yes, I understand.
All right, in that case, they're dismissing driving license suspended, second offense, a 1 year misdemeanor, and operating a motor vehicle without security, another 1 year misdemeanor. Is that your understanding of how the charges are working out in that file?
Yes, Your Honor.
And for a successful plea in this case, they're dismissing possession of methamphetamine, a 10-year felony, with also the potential for the double drug enhancement in file number 2012579. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
All right. And then in exchange for this plea, your agreement is that you'd be sentenced consistent with the advisory guidelines. The prosecutor has scored them at 0 to 17 months. And with the double drug, if you scored them correctly, they could be enhanced to 0 to 34. And you have a 20-month cap, as long as 20 months falls within the range of the guidelines as I scored them at the time of sentencing. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand.
All right. And is that your complete understanding of the plea agreement that resolves both these files?
Yes, it is.
Have you had sufficient time to consult with Mr. Prysock about all your original charges and this plea agreement?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Then subject to the plea agreement, how do you wish to plead to possession of heroin being a second offense drug offender?
Guilty.
Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea, that you would be giving up the right to have a trial of any kind?
Yes, I understand.
Do you also understand that you'd be giving up certain constitutional rights that you would have at that trial?
Yes.
We advised you of those rights in writing, and it looks like you signed the advice of rights circuit court plea form on January 4th. Did you read that document?
Yes, I read it.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, I understand.
All right. Do you have any questions about the constitutional rights that you'd be giving up by entering this guilty plea today?
No, I do not.
Has anyone threatened you to get you to make this plea?
No.
Has anyone promised you an outcome different than what we've talked about in court today?
No.
Are you entering this plea of your own free will and free choice?
Yes, I am.
Do you understand that if I accept your plea, you're giving up the right to later claim that the plea was the result of any promises, threats, or inducements that you don't tell me about today?
Yes, I do.
Do you understand that if I accept this plea, that you're giving up the right to appeal any appealable issues you would have if you went to trial and you were found guilty?
Yes, I do.
Do you understand that you're giving up your right to appeal this conviction? And that if you wish to file an appeal, it would be by application for leave to appeal in the Court of Appeals?
Yes, I understand.
Do you understand that if you're on probation or parole, a conviction in this case may subject you to additional penalties in that case?
Yes, I understand.
Were you on probation or parole at the time of this offense?
Yes, I was.
Which one?
Parole.
All right. And have you discussed with Mr. Prysock that because you were on parole, that this sentence would be served consecutive to the case that you were on parole for?
No, that part was kind of confusing.
All right. So when someone's on parole, they do not get credit against their sentence, this new case, for time that you've been in jail so far. That jail credit goes towards the case that you're on parole for. So you don't start earning sentence or credit on this sentence until you are discharged from parole or you're granted parole again. Do you understand that?
Okay.
So they
Yes,
run,
I understand.
they run back to back. You understand that?
Okay, so if I'm discharged off parole, then my time would start serving for this charge.
If you're discharged from parole at the time of sentencing, then it would start towards this case, yes.
Okay.
But if you're not, at the time of sentencing, I will give you 0 credit. So your sentence could be 20 months on the minimum to the maximum of 8 years, 0 credit on this file. You understand that?
Okay.
All right. You understand that I'm not bound by this plea agreement, but if I don't go along with it, you can withdraw your plea.
Yes, I understand.
Do you now give up your right to have a trial of any kind and all the constitutional rights that you would have at trial and affirm your guilty plea?
Yes, I understand.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty, or is there some other reason?
No, I'm guilty.
Is it true then that back on October 24, 2020, you were in Bridgeton Township, Nuevo County, state of Michigan?
Yes.
Were you operating a motor vehicle on 136th Street?
Yes, I was.
Were you pulled over by the police?
Yes, I was.
Were you alone in that vehicle?
Yes.
And as a result of that traffic stop, did the police find some heroin?
Yes, they did.
Where was the heroin located?
In a lottery ticket.
And where was the lottery ticket?
Inside my wallet.
Was that your heroin?
Yes, it was.
And do you have at least one prior conviction for a drug offense?
Yes, I do.
Were you convicted of possession of cocaine, heroin, or another narcotic less than 25 grams on or about October 24th, 2017?
Yes, I was.
Is that the case that you are on parole for?
Yes.
Okay. Are the attorneys aware of any promises, threats, or inducements which have not been stated on the record?
No, Your Honor.
There are none.
Is the defendant competent to enter this plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
He is,
Has the court complied with MCR 6.302?
You have, Your Honor.
court has.
All right, the court does accept the plea. I do find it to be knowing, understanding, voluntary, and accurate. I agree to be bound by the terms unless the pre-sentence investigation report reveals something I'm not aware of. I'm going to refer you to probation and parole for the preparation of the pre-sentence investigation report. I'm going to set your sentencing for March 23rd at 9 o'clock in the morning. And that's all for today.
I'll be over here.
So you just need to knock on the door. That'll let corrections know that we're done, okay?
Okay. Okay.
She is here.
Next one's up here on my phone. I'm not sure who it is, but
I have Mr. Rossett at 10:15, who should be in jail. Yeah. We stop the live stream.